Hey, Nestor.
I paused because I wasn't sure if you were going to say anything. Hello. It's a good start.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kind of leads me along our topic today. I don't know. I know it made no sense, right?
I don't know.
I don't-
Explain. I'll see if I catch up.
Well, the question of the day, are we becoming obsolete? Or are we still an essential part of this transaction or the industry as a real estate person?
So realtors,
Yeah.
obsolete or heading the way of the dinosaur?
Yeah. That is the $1 million question.
All right. Are you asking me?
Sure. I've got my opinion.
Well, this is very interesting, and we didn't rehearse this or anything, but I was on my computer today, and I ran into this article about something such as 9 most difficult things getting started in real estate. And when you presented this topic, I thought, wow, most consumers wouldn't know probably 8 of these, or wouldn't know but one of these out of the 9, because they all think we open doors and collect commission checks. And so it's very interesting to look at all the different things as a reminder as to what agents do. And so with that stated, yeah, no, I don't think we're obsolete. I think there's that perception potentially,
Okay.
but for people who care and know, they're always going to seek out the advice of a trusted professional.
Yeah, I would agree with that. Here's my 2 cents for whatever it's worth. 2 cents probably. I do feel like there is a certain part of our industry that is obsolete, though, and allow me to explain. I look at things now, and what our industry has done is our industry has created this facade that, as you mentioned, we open doors, we close doors, and we get this big fat paycheck at the end. And unfortunately, there's a lot of people in our industry that think that don't want to take the time
To play that part?
Yeah, they don't want to take the time and the energy and the effort to learn the industry, learn what's important about the industry, to actually service the client. And they're really here for that. Tell me you haven't heard this. Oh, why did you get in real estate? Oh, my husband thought I should do something, so I'm just kind of doing it as a hobby. Or, I've got some free time, or I like looking at houses, so I thought that this would be
I'd
great.
for every time I heard that.
Right? So, is that part, I guess I shouldn't say it's obsolete. That part's never been acceptable in our industry, but has always been part of our industry. And it's becoming more, I guess we're shining a light on it even more so now than ever, just because, let's face it, prices go up, commissions go up, it becomes more competitive, and everybody looks, it's too easy and you're getting paid too much for what you're doing.
I mean, you nailed it there, which is, oh gosh, I forgot exactly what you said, but you basically said they're kind of the bane of our industry. I'm not sure how many consumers or lay people recognize that. I think they paint us in one color. They think we're all the same. Like
Right.
They pick the worst example and say that's who everybody in the industry is. But I literally just had a conversation with an agent the other day, and I said, the agent's a little bit newer, and I said, look, here's a piece of advice I'm going to give you because I'm just thinking about it. There are going to be a lot of obsolete agents in this business. It's happening. It's been happening. It's continuing happening, and it's going to accelerate. And for people like you and I, this is a great thing. Like, we applaud it. We're like, yes, there are people that need to go. And so I said, you need to be the consummate professional. You need to run a glitchless business. That sounded weird, but you know what I mean. You need to be very smooth in what you do. You need to know what you're doing and why, and
Right.
professional demeanor. And unfortunately, that's a whole nother subject, but the agent said, oh, so I should be a team? I'm like, whoa, no.
Well, and you can
I
if you
go,
want,
teams are
but-
great, but that's what I'm saying. Because
Right.
there are professional teams and unprofessional teams.
Right.
There are professional agents and unprofessional agents. But yeah, it's just that higher level. But you're right. We have so many people in our industry that just take advantage. And some of them are the ones that get the most indignant when they're not getting their commission check And I look at the situation and I go, I don't think you deserve a commission check based on what I'm seeing here. So for all of you out there not in the industry, know that there's that cadre of us in the industry who run good businesses that understand some of these people need to go.
Right.
But in the end, we provide a tremendous professional service. There's always people that are busy and they need someone to take care of this for them.
Right, right.
There are others that say, I don't want to deal with the liability. I need someone to take care of this for me. Biggest asset I'm going to purchase in my life. This needs to go right.
And it's interesting because one of the other things that I do see in the obsolete world, and love your input on this, is some agents have gotten stuck in their ways and have become obsolete from the standpoint of they haven't made the adjustment into the new marketplace. Or I'll give you an example. We both know someone who, fantastic person, fantastic agent, has had a long career in this industry and struggles with all of our forms now being online versus when everything was in a paper world.
And the problem is somehow this industry allows those people to exist.
Right. And
They fumble along, and it's unfortunate, but they continue to manage. They suffer themselves personally. I think we see this in many examples.
Correct.
But they're there.
Right. And it, this is a simple thing of going from paper to online, and that's I don't want to say that that's the
That's one example.
yeah. But didn't want to help those that are saying we get paid too much. What do you mean they can't do? But whatever. Anyway, but I look at that part of it as well, and I'm saying that in all different aspects, some changes do need to be made in our industry to be held to a higher standard. I think that it is too easy. It is too simple. And some of this business or some of this industry does need to be obsolete to the point that it doesn't exist anymore.
I think we need to engage the consumer and the layman and say, we're doing our part. I think that we need to push that back out and say, you need to do your part.
Right.
When you hire the person because you like them and they're a friend, and that transaction goes horribly wrong, or maybe it goes okay, but that's the person who does one transaction.
Right.
You're just feeding the beast. How about like any other professional service, attorney, financial analyst, whatever you're doing, doctors, hi, who are you? Where do you come from? What can you do for me? What's your background?
Right.
Make an intelligent decision. Don't just throw it out there emotionally, because that just feeds this issue within our industry.
Well, I feel like one of the biggest things that we have to overcome in the industry is showing value. It's just a hard thing to overcome because people don't really understand everything that's going on behind the scenes and what's happening. And a lot of people do shop based on price. And part of the problem, as you mentioned, when people are making a decision based on price, a lot of times what I see is they're really not making a decision based on value. And just because someone is less expensive, charging a smaller commission or a lower commission, doesn't mean you're getting the exact same service, or that it's going to translate into more dollars in your pocket when your home sells and the net sheet's complete and everything is finished. It doesn't necessarily mean more money in your pocket because you paid less.
Most times doesn't.
Exactly. I mean, for sale by owners, majority of the for sale by owners actually net less money than if they would have used an agent, and they've eliminated the commissions altogether. So, there's a great example of showing value in our industry, that you'll just make more money most of the time just by using an agent over for sale by owner. But anyway, I don't know. That's my 2 cents. That's all I've got on this subject.
On the professionalism?
Yes. So where do you see the industry going? I'll keep this conversation going. Where do you see the industry going with regard to this?
Big, wide open question. With the tools available and everything happening, practitioners, agents are going to just have to up their game continually.
Absolutely.
Constantly. We have so many more players in the market than we had when I got in the business 23 years ago, really pushing the envelope, which is a healthy thing, you know? We need that innovation. We need that push to say we can do better. And so I think it's I think in the last 5 years, it's actually improved quite a bit.
It has.
We still have the hucksters. We still got people out there, unfortunately. I think every industry does and always will. But I think we've really cleaned it up a lot, and I think people are getting a lot more for their money.
Right.
And I think they're getting better representation with lower risk.
Nice. I would agree with you on that. And interesting, my thought process went the same place that George did with regards to where I see our industry going in the future. So I'm excited about it, and I'm happy about it. I don't know. I think we're like in this world where competition, we strive in competition, and we actually enjoy that, and it's healthy. It's healthy for our industry. It's healthy for the consumer as well. So I think everybody comes out a winner in those situations.
Yep.
So that's always a good thing. But
All right.
I didn't have anything else on this one.
I think that's it.
Sweet. Comment. We'd love to know. Are we obsolete? So do you feel like we're obsolete? And if so, let us know why. We'd love to hear in the chat.